Good morning. No interventions. That is what today's plan is. 780 miles with no interventions. So will that happen? We're about to find out in our Model 3 2025 Tesla rear-wheel drive. Here we go. Well, you could take a bit of a look here at my TeslaLab screen. Shows 127% as far as our driving right now, with a remaining range of 381 miles. Wow, I never would have seen that in my 2020 Model 3. Anyway, I obviously have just started. Driven 20 miles is all, and no interventions, of course, but it is so early in this trip. A couple things I have noticed. I don't think you could see me, so I'll leave it here. A couple things is that the car stayed more to the right, into the right lane, than it's ever done before. So that's good news, because usually it goes right into the left lane and kind of hugs it. So here we go. We're on Interstate 75. We are in Kentucky. Next stop will be Bucees in Saviorville, Tennessee. Oh, just a little bit of an update. Our efficiency is slightly lower than it has been, but still doing fine. We've driven right around 50 miles, and we've used just under 50 miles worth of energy. There have been no interventions, but again, this is very, very early in the drive. I'm not sure if you can tell here, but it's pretty hilly at this point. So as we get closer to the Tennessee border, where we'll be going over Jellicoe Mountain, we'll see more and more of this. Alrighty, time for just a bit of an update. 103% efficiency on our drive. We have driven for an hour and 42 minutes, 107 miles, and I'm sorry, we've driven 110 miles and used 107 miles. It is starting to get a little bit lighter out, so the sun will be coming up at any moment. We're just a couple of miles from the state of Tennessee. We're in southern Kentucky, and then we'll be heading up and over Jellicoe Mountain before we begin to head east towards Bucees in Saviorville. And today we're going to be going through Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. So we will see you soon. We have fog here, picking up quite a bit, so I'm going to go ahead and shut this off right now. And let's see, you still are not able really to see me other than a silhouette. I do want to mention that usually by now I had made my first charging stop, probably about, I think it was about 15 miles back. So I did not have to do that thanks to my 2025 Model 3 with a lot more energy. And if you could see that mountain in front of us, we are going over that. Well, hello there, everybody. We are approaching Knoxville, Tennessee, and we've had 0 interventions. We've been driving for 2 hours and 20 minutes. 146 miles. We've used 146 miles of energy. So we're kind of right on there, even though we've just gone over the mountain. And in front of us, we have a lot of fog. I don't know if you could see it in the camera here, but anyway, so there's a good amount of fog in front of us. Everything's going pretty well numerically on our statistics. So we're going to get ready to make our turn and head towards Bucees. I am right now on Interstate 640. outside of Knoxville, heading towards Interstate 40. It's nice to travel on a Saturday, even though it would have been rush hour. It's just about 7 a.m. As you can see, the sun has come up. And we're going to, in 1.4 miles, we'll be getting on Interstate 40, which we will take up until Interstate 26 in Asheville, North Carolina. So here we come. There's a fork in the road. 0 interventions, by the way, not one. And we're going to bear to the left here. And I'll leave you on for just a second so we can make sure it does this correctly. The lane changes were very good, by the way. The entire trip so far, getting close to 3 hours. And here we go on to 40 west. I'm sorry, I don't want to go west. 40 east towards Asheville. And we'll slow down here. And this looks pretty perfect. I'm about 15 miles from Bucees, and we'll stop there and we'll get a little bit of a bite to eat for breakfast, and of course our cup of coffee that I forgot, and we'll charge. So next stop, I think this is the 3rd time I've told you, next stop is going to be charging at Bucees. See you soon. I don't know if you could see up ahead, but I thought you'd enjoy. There's the Smoky Mountains. And after the Smoky Mountains, as we continue east, we'll be heading to the Blue Ridge Mountains. Here we are at our exit, and let's see how we do. So this is the Pigeon Forge area, and there actually was a little bit of traffic. There's a very long exit, which tells you there's probably a lot of stuff here. So here we go.
In 500 feet.
And there's 2 lanes, and it's kept us in the left lane. And I'm guessing there's a good reason for this. Well, it's moved us over to the center lane. And then it wants us to make a U-turn. So I'm not sure if this is correct or not. Now it's going into the left lane. So, yep, here we go. It's moving us into the left lane. And Bucees is on the left.
Now make a U-turn at Winfield Dunn Parkway.
I don't think a U-turn is correct. I don't know if you could see the sign there. That's where we're headed. This was, at one point, I think this was their biggest Bucees. No more, but as they keep building. So here we go. We are making a left along with everybody else, and you have the sun directly into the camera here.
In 500 feet, enter the roundabout and take the 2nd exit.
Can I make it without an intervention is the question. So here comes the roundabout.
And take the 2nd exit.
Bucees is over here on the left. Roundabout. This is the first exit. And it's bringing me to the 2nd exit. I got to tell you, this is really good because I know that the chargers are back where it's taking me. So this was great. We are going to get here with no interventions after 3 hours on the road and 190 miles. Let me give you a summary here. We've gone 192 miles, 3 hours. Average energy was 212 watt hours per mile. That is pretty good. We are leaving Bucees. This was about a little over 10 minutes. And I am now supposed to go to Case, South Carolina, almost 4 hours. I've never driven that far on a charge, so let's see what happens. Let me see what it does here. My pet peeve is it's always in the left lane, shouldn't be. Here we go. It's getting to the right. Again, just leaving our stop. And all looks well. It saw that traffic light with the glare. I thought that was really good with the arrows. And here we go. Well, hello again. It is. I have only been driving about just under a half hour since my stop, and everything's still going well. There's still no interventions, which is my goal, by the way. And I'm leaving the Rocky Mountain. I'm sorry, the Smoky Mountains. I'll try to get you a little look here. You could see this is kind of the end of the Great Smoky Mountain National Park area, right around here in Tennessee. Now, what I wanted to mention to you is as I continue to head east, when I get to the north, I will get to the North Carolina-Tennessee border, and Interstate 40 had been closed for quite a while there because it had washed out last year, which is something that happens quite a bit, to be honest with you, on that particular road. So I am taking this way because it's open again, kind of. It's one lane, and trucks or wide loads can't use it yet, but because it's a Saturday, I thought it would be a good idea. So that's why I'm going on 40 to 26 to get me to I-95 instead of going through Atlanta, which I never want to do. It's not fun, to be quite honest with you. So the next thing I'll do is I'll show you our first view as we get to the Blue Ridge Mountains, so you could see what we're going to go over when we get to North Carolina. And once we get over the Blue Ridge Mountains, we will be going down towards sea level as we get to the coast. Well, there's your first look at the Blue Ridge Mountains that we're going to go over. So we're going to go up and down, and that'll play a little bit of havoc probably with our efficiency. I don't think there's any possible chance to make it to Case, South Carolina, as the map tells me I can and I will, but I don't think it's possible. I have never come close to driving 4 hours in the car, so it would surprise me greatly. Anyway, I have my fingers crossed that it's right. That would be nice. Here's a much better look over here. We'll be going round and round as we get through these particular mountains. My past experience shows me that even though I'm traveling east, there will be a few times where I'll be traveling due west as we go through here to try to get around and back down. I'm getting close to this one lane situation on the border of Tennessee and North Carolina. So there's a sign coming up. Let's see what it says here. So one lane road ahead. So this is the where the road had washed out, and now one lane is open. So we'll be going through that. And as you can see, it's really pretty here. Everything is so nice and green, very hilly terrain, and early in the morning. And right now the temperature is 82 degrees at 8 a.m. This is just for anybody that would be traveling this way. I'm now just about at the one lane. There's a lot of cautions, signage, etc., warning us what's about to happen. So that's good. And we're in the Cherokee National Forest right now. And as you can see, we're beginning to make those lefts and rights and curves and everything else. I'll give you a bit of an update here on I-40. I'm now in North Carolina, and it's a single lane. So there's two single lanes going east and west. And I will tell you, this is going to be a long, long time to be repaired. The distance is long in miles, and where I could actually see the damage, where there's sheer cliffs, this is not an easy fix. This is just going to take a long time, as I said. So as we're continuing to head through, I'll give you a little bit here. Our efficiency is 94%. It says we have 204 miles of range left, which would not get us, by the way, to Case, South Carolina. I think I'm right. I don't think I could actually make it. And I don't know what that is, by the way, that just popped up. I'll have to check. I'm just leaving Asheville, North Carolina. Beautiful Asheville. There was a lot of construction there, but it didn't slow me down. A lot has to do with the fact that it's a Saturday, of course. So a couple of other things. I am now at 102% efficiency, 165 miles left. I've been driving just about 2 hours now, 106 miles that I've done, and I've used 108. I'm sorry, I've driven 109, I've used 108. And mathematically, that's pretty obvious. I'm about to go down a large grade, and I'll try to show you what that looks like on the Tesla graph as we go down. The other thing is, I still personally don't think we're going to make it to Case, South Carolina, but it still says I am. By now, in my 2020 Model 3, I would have stopped 3 times so far. And as you know, all I've stopped is the one time in Tennessee at Saviorville, Bucees. That's it so far. So let's see what happens as I now enter hour 3. And I'm going to be back to show you this grade downhill, which, if I remember right, is a 6% grade. So it's pretty steep. I thought I'd show you a little bit here. Let me change the camera view. If you look on the right side here, you could see where I went down a hill, up a hill, down, up, and going down now. So I've pretty much begun my 6% downhill grade. And it looks like it's going to last for several miles. So watch this green line on the right. I think I have one more little hill to go up, and then that should come straight down. So I've gone up my last little hill, and you can see ahead of me, I am coming down now, and let me fix this. Heading towards the coast after I get out of the Blue Ridge Mountains here. So I have begun the green downhill graph here, and it will just get greener and greener as it goes down. So here we go. This is, you can see here, shows downhill for 2 miles, 6%, so it is a 6% grade. So this should be significant, and we'll see if this is the thing that the estimate was that got us to the next charger. I still don't think we're going to make it, but you can see we are really heading downhill here at a rather rapid pace. This is a little interesting. You can see here it says our projected distance is almost 600 miles, only based on the last 10, and of course we were going downhill. So we are at the bottom of the hill, and our next point will be heading into South Carolina very shortly. We have just entered South Carolina. So I'm going to check and see if this still has us going where I thought. Oh, by the way, our efficiency is great, isn't it? Speed limit has gone up. And let's see where we're going. It still shows us going to Case. Let's have a bit of an update here. Not much, but we'll give you one. I'm about 30 miles into South Carolina. Been driving over 2.5 hours. It is currently 84 degrees. I'll show you in a second. I'll show you the efficiency. We continue to head towards Case, South Carolina, and that means I will make my second stop where either I would have made my fourth or fifth. So right now, the efficiency of the car is unbelievable versus my 2020 Model 3, so I'm very happy with that. So let me show you. The terrain continues to be nice and a little bit hilly, but we're in upstate South Carolina, not low country. And here we go with how are we doing. And we're doing about 109% efficient. We have 134 miles of energy left in the car. We've been averaging 60 miles an hour. And if you remember, there was a large stretch in North Carolina where we were doing somewhere between 45 and 55. 2 hours, 37 minutes. We've driven 157 miles and used 144 miles of energy. So here we go, changing lanes, by the way. As we come up, it's been doing a great job of lane changing, staying in the correct lane. And let's see. No interventions yet. I came so close twice, and both were my fault, where I was not sure the car was going to allow people onto the road, or that it was going to make the proper exit at I-26. It did it. I let it go, and it did it. So here we go. I'll give you an update in maybe another 80 miles or so. See ya. Well, I think I'm going to make it to Case, South Carolina. I have about 25 miles to go to get there. I have what appears to be 60-ish miles left of range, still doing 106%. I've now been driving for 3 hours and 30 minutes. 222 miles in this leg. I've never driven this far before in the 5 years I've owned an electric vehicle. So this is a first. I should tell you, interventions 0 still. And again, every so often there seems to be a chance that there'll be one, but then there isn't. So the car is performing well. It's doing everything it's supposed to do. And right now, we're in the mid-state of South Carolina. It's relatively flat here, as you can see, just some slight hills. It's 85 degrees now, and not much. I will be back to you and give you the statistics when we arrive at Case. Yes, I've made it to Case. This is kind of a strange location here. You could see the Chargers, they're back to back. The shopping center, I guess, is under construction. So there's not a whole lot right here. There's some stuff over there, Sonic, Hardee's, some sort of hotel, I guess, or motel. Anyway, we are charging. We have arrived, and you can see we're at 15 now. I think we arrived at 13%. So let's see how we did. We have 37 miles left. So that trip was 246 miles, which I never thought we'd be able to do, but we did. We used 230 miles, so that is amazing, isn't it? Average temperature of 81 degrees, almost 4 hours. We hit a lot of traffic in Columbia, and the car was awesome in Columbia. Look at the watt hours per mile. That's why we did so good, guys. I mean, 165 watt hours per mile is great. Look at all the green. Now that's 10 miles. I'll put it on 100, and there's still a whole lot of green. So there we go. We're here for, it looks like, another 20 minutes. We're currently at 220 kilowatts. So we're doing good. No interventions is awesome. I mean, that's what I was hoping for. This trip was about no interventions and lots of range. And I've gotten that. I mean, I've stopped twice now. And I'm going to stop one more time on almost an 800-mile trip and have 25% left when I arrive at my destination. This is just great. The car's driven well. It's not done any of the quirks I used to not like, the way it, when it passed or got in the left lane, it stayed there, got in the wrong lane, took too long to get off. Just now in the Columbia stop and go traffic and the issues, it moved lanes really exactly what I would have done. And in a couple of cases, what I didn't know, and probably only locals knew, it did. So far on this drive, it's really been a good drive. I do this drive quite a bit. This is the first time in this car going this way, and I really like it. Nothing much else to report. I'll give you an update. I'm going to head from here in Case, South Carolina, to back on Interstate 26 to I-95 South. I-95 South, I'll take to Brunswick, Georgia. Brunswick's on the southern tip of Georgia, southern end of Georgia, just prior to Florida. And then from there, I'll head south just a little bit. And I will, if all works, I will get to my destination at a reasonable time, about right around 5 o'clock. So it'll be about 13 hours, which would be close to 3 hours shorter than it was in my 2020 Model 3. So we'll see if that's what actually happened. I had an intervention. So south of or east of Columbia was back-to-back traffic because 3 lanes were combining into 2. So when I saw this, I was in the center of 3 lanes, and towards the very latter part of the 3 lanes going into 2, my car decided to try to pass and move into the left lane, which only had feet left before it went away. So I had to intervene, put on the brake, get out of FSD, and keep my car in the center lane. So my first intervention, over halfway through my 800-mile drive, though, and so there we go. And there is lots and lots and lots of construction here in South Carolina on Interstate 26, where it looks like they're widening widening it now. Well, I just had intervention number 2, and it was the same thing, almost exactly, not 100%. What happened was, you could see here, we have wall-to-wall traffic as people head towards Charleston, South Carolina, probably go to the beach. And the car I'm going to be getting off in a bunch, about 7 miles. But in the meantime, the car tried to get in the left lane. And to be quite honest with you, I decided to stay in this lane. So maybe I didn't have to intervene, but I wanted to stay in this lane because I think it's going to be like this until I get to Interstate 95 exit. Well, I really didn't have to intervene. As you can see, right now I'm moving. I'm going to stop again based on the map, but I could have let the car go. So though there's been 2 interventions, there only needed to be 1. Well, South Carolina is going to need to widen their interstates. Both I-26 and here I-95 are 2 lanes, and every time there's anything, a truck pulls over on the right, whatever it is, it just backs up traffic forever. And of course now we get some raindrops too on top of everything else. So let me give you an update. Efficiency, just because I have to go so slow, I think. Anyway, efficiency 105%. I have 174 miles of range left, averaging 55 miles an hour, and that'll just give you a hint of what's been going on, is I constantly have to slow down. And I have, let's get this here, about an hour and a half, 103 miles to our charger in Brunswick, Georgia. So right now you can see how wide open the road is, and yet I was averaging 55, and it's because of these constant slowdowns. Let me see if there's any coming up. Yep, you can see an orange spot right there. I'll have to see if I could find a time to show you the braking issues. It just waits way too long to brake. It doesn't look like it sees all the brake lights and then kind of slows down and brakes. And so as a result, I'm always biting my lip in fear of what's going to happen. So like right now, we're really speeding up, and there's no sense in doing that because we're not going to go anywhere. And, you know, it's just, if everybody put their brakes on, when this finally puts the brakes on, it seems too late. There's never an issue. The car always brakes okay, but it's a little bit worrisome, to be honest with you. This was supposed to be all orange. Here it is no longer orange, so that's good news. I thought I'd be able to show you an instance where here we are, just kind of la-di-da going along, and frankly, if one car put on their brakes, this one would have to put on the brakes rather quickly. I have a potential map issue. By the way, this guy's got his brakes on. I was still doing 70. You can see why I get worried. His brakes are on. Now I have to slow down quickly. It seems like it just takes too long, or it's not what I would do if I was driving. Anyway, my map issue is in 26 miles in Georgia. It shows me making what appears to be a U-turn on Interstate 95. I don't know why I would ever do what it's showing unless there's an accident or something. So we'll see what happens. Also, you can see now this is turned orange here. And we're just going along. And if somebody slows down, I'm speeding up with a line of traffic there. Intervention 3. And again, well, not again. So what had happened is I did it. The car probably would have been fine, but the car had sped up to 70 miles an hour, all brake lights ahead of me, and it was changing lanes. And so I'm sure it would have stopped, but wow, this is something that needs to be addressed, I think, is there should be a little bit more caution during the drive. So we'll see what happens. I have just entered Georgia. We have 3 lanes and it is open. On the other side, they're going from 3 to 2 lanes and they're very backed up. I'll be back to you in about 12 miles to show you what the heck this thing is. Well, let me see what happens here. We are 1.7 miles away from whatever this U-turn is. We seem to be moving all right, but of course, there's construction ahead, so we'll be slowing down anyway. And we're going to slow down actually right here. It does want me to turn. And unless I see something, I am not planning to do that. I do see a lot of brake lights up here, and this car will not brake until the last minute. Speed limit is dropping again. I might have to put down this camera. So this says in 3/10 of a mile to do something, which as you could tell looks like a U-turn, doesn't it?
Now make a right U-turn onto Interstate 95 South.
So I'm on I-95, by the way. And so there's something not correct here. But I don't think I need to do anything. I was going to report it, but it doesn't look like I need to. Well, I need to do a voiceover here because unfortunately I lost my sound during this stop. So here I am in Brunswick, Georgia. So this was my last stop, and I had set my energy to get my destination arrival to 25%. So I was going to be here a little longer than I really needed to. To drive from Case, South Carolina to Brunswick, Georgia was, as you could see here, over 200 miles, 213. I used 210. 93 degrees was the average temperature. Took me 3.5 hours. As you could see, it was a pretty long drive, and everything seemed to go pretty well. I used 208 watt hours per mile. Again, a great number. I know I wouldn't get that in the winter, of course. And you see a lot of green here on the screen on the bottom part. So generally, the car just did really well. So on the trip itself, since the last charge, you see here, I showed 214 miles. I used 44 kilowatt hours of energy, and my average was, as you see there, 206. So here I am deciding to get ready to head to just over the border, not too far from Brunswick. We would get to Florida, and then we would go to Jacksonville. In Jacksonville, by the way, I was going to hit a tremendous rainstorm, which I don't think I really capture, but there was a very, very big rainstorm with lightning, thunder, wind, the whole bit. So up to this point to Brunswick, everything went fine. I was really pleased with the drive. I love the range. The range is just phenomenal. I hope it lasts for years and years and years. Well, it took me a while, but I just realized my microphone had died a while back, so sorry about that. I don't know how many segments it did not get yet. We're about to cross over into Florida, and I'm going to stop when we get there. Here's how we're doing right this moment. you could see 94% efficiency, 153 miles of real range left, averaging 64 miles an hour so far. Temperature 90. We've had lots of showers, heavy, the usual tropical stuff here, but we're able to get through those. So everything going well there. We're going to cross over into Florida. So it looks like we had 3 interventions. The range was amazing. I couldn't be more happy with how the range has worked on this. The efficiency has always been around 100 or 100 plus percent, and I'm sure this will be also. So the car, in my opinion, has performed great. FSD was really good. The interventions were only because of a lane, or in my particular case, being a little bit worried about something. So this is exit 1 in Georgia, and you are about to cross, I believe, the St. Mary's River to take us to Florida. Here we go. I am going to be crossing over St. Mary's River here. I don't think you're going to see, well, yeah, you'll see a bit of it. So there's the St. Mary's River, which is the border between Georgia and Florida. Welcome to Florida. So that will end this particular trip. I'll make the adjustments on the sound and everything as I get to it. 780 miles, 3 interventions, range, great, a total of 3 stops. The trip itself, which typically in my old Model 3 took 15 to 16 hours, is going to take right around 13 hours. So all is well, and thank you for watching.